What's going on, everyone? MetalBlade427 here, and I welcome you to a bonus episode of Paper Mario. What a game. Yeah, I put on the attacked spin badge on Mario. Check that out. Look at this there. I'm flailing. Ah, it's all crazy. I wanted to show that badge off for a while. Anyway, in this bonus episode of my series, we are going to be going through all of Tayce's recipes. She has 51 different recipes in this game. Now, I know I've been doing the counter to 50 the entire playthrough, and technically, according to the game, it registers 50 out of those 51 recipes. There is the mistake that doesn't count, but apparently is still a recipe, so I am going to be showing it to you guys within this whole entire episode. Now, the order in which I'm going to be doing this is alphabetical. We are going to be starting with the A's, and we are going to be going through all 51 down to, well, there is no Z, but there are Y recipes. So A to Y, beginning to end. This is going to take a while, but we shall have a good time with it and may learn a few things. Some pretty interesting items that Tayce can make. So, in order to make the majority of these items, you're going to need to give her the cookbook that you get out of the Shy Guy toy box in Chapter 4. So don't forget to get that for her, because she'll be able to combine items together and make pretty much anything and everything you could possibly think of, because she is a great cook after all. Alright, enough of all this. Let's start with the A's. First thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to her and I'm going to give her a cake mix. And then I'm going to give her an apple. And this creates the apple pie mixture. It restores 5 HP and 15 FP, and that is pretty much all you need in order to make it. An apple plus the cake mix. Some of these require a whole lot more stuff in order to combine together, but here we go. Apple pie. Kind of looks like something you get from McDonald's. The next one I'm going to make is Big Cookie number 2, and I am going to give her a goom nut in order to make it, and then I'm also going to give her a cake mix. Now, in order to make the Big Cookie, you don't just need this combination. You could also use an egg plus cake mix, or a cake mix plus any one of the 3 colored berries from Flower Fields, red, yellow, or blue. The Big Cookie restores 20 FP to Mario, and for the most part is exactly what it is. It is a big cookie, even though that kind of looks like 2 cookies there, but yeah, whatever. I'll say maybe it has like a mushroom hat on it, like a toad. Recipe number 3, the bland meal. I am going to use the ingredients of dried pasta, and I'm also going to use a regular mushroom. You could also use a strange leaf plus a goom nut, or egg plus mushroom in order to get this particular combination. Strange leaves are found outside of Boo's mansion. Dried pasta is found in the desert shop at a dry outpost. So with that, we get ourselves a bland meal, which restores 10 HP and 10 FP. There's easier recipes in order to get that combination of restoring points, but for this case, you get an orange with a purple straw in it. Recipe number 4, a boiled egg. Obviously, you're going to want to give her an egg out of your inventory in order to do this, but you also can give her a few other things in order to create this particular concoction. So here we go, an egg. And then the thing I'm going to give her also is a stinky herb. You could also give her a strange leaf in order to make this particular mixture. I don't know why she needs the herb in order to do this. It's just a boiled egg. It just has to go into a pot of water and cook up and whatnot. But this creates an item that restores 8 HP and 8 FP. So you're getting yourself some interesting HP, FP combinations here. Doesn't really look too much different than the regular egg other than it's on its side, but it's boiled. Recipe number 5 is an item that you make during story, and that would be the cake. And that restores 15 FP to Mario, and all that requires is 1 bag of cake mix. And that is it. You don't need any other ingredients for her to make the cake. In order to get cakes, you need to go all the way to the first left, and when you enter the Shy Guy toy box, go all the way down to the end and beat up a few Shy Guys down there that are holding cake mixes. There'll be 2 of them running around holding cake mixes, so you're going to have to probably make a few trips back and forth, but there you go. Her world-famous cake. Even though it doesn't say that down there, but do you guys remember what a Gourmet Guy's reaction was? Recipe number 6 on this alphabetical list is the Coco Pop. You are going to need to give Miss Tayce a thing of cake mix, along with something from Yoshi's Island, the coconut. This is the only combination that'll work for this particular recipe, so you must have these 2 items. You will get an item back that recovers 3 HP and 15 FP for Mario, and looks like a really cool, like, lollipop type deal. Recipe number 7 is actually a very useful item that I probably should have used my Wacka's Bumps for earlier on in the game, but we're going to show you right now exactly what happens to it. The Deluxe Feast, which recovers 40 HP and 40 FP, requires a Wacka's Bump, and it also requires a Strange Leaf, the item that you get outside of Boo's Mansion. So you can start making these as early as midway through Chapter 3, which is really nice. You could also use the Potato Salad plus Shroom Steak. These are 2 items that you'll see me make a little bit later. They're tasty originals, but if you combine those 2 together, you will get the Deluxe Feast as well. Though the Wacka's Bump and the Strange Feast are easier, and you can get 10 Wacka's Bumps, so you can have 10 of these things in your inventory, which is pretty good. 40/40, not bad. I love how the Deluxe Feast was nothing more than a recoloring of the bland meal. I think there's even one more like that as well. Anyway, recipe number 8 is an actual item, something that you would use in battle. You can use a combination of Strange Leaf plus Shroom, Strange Leaf plus Stinky Herb, or just the Strange Leaf by itself, which is what I'm going to use right here. Singular item handed off to her, and she's going to cook you up an item that we have seen here and there called the Dizzy Dial, which is something you can actually buy here in Toad Town. So I guess you can just get them for free by grabbing Strange Leaves and then making it and selling it, but it doesn't really work. Anyway, makes everybody works days paralyzed for a brief tune. You've seen this item before through the playthrough. Recipe number 9 is an attack item, and something I kind of wish I made in order to show you guys as I was going through. It is the Egg Missile. It damages one enemy for 6 HP, and requires you to use an egg, of course, because it's an egg missile, but of course you're going to need to light it up with something, and that would be a fire flower, so these 2 can better combine together, form the Egg Missile. No other combinations to do this, but this is like the only, or one of the few rare attack items that Tayce gives you. And it's cool. Let me see here. Oh my god, look at it. It looks like a little bomb with a firecracker just drawn on it. Recipe number 10 is another pop-style item that you can make from Tayce. Remember, she made the Coco Pop last time. Now she is going to make for us an Electro Pop. So, first things first, we will be giving her the cake mix in order to start up the cooking process, and then we will hand her a Shroom that you can buy right here in town. Using the Electro Pop will give Mario 15 FP recovery and electrifies him, so any physical attacks that happen to Mario will do their standard damage, but will also shock the opponent, dealing damage back at them. Plus it's all yellow swirly like. Ooh, a tart lollipop. Recipe number 11 is another item that you can find very easily either out on the field or purchased here in Toad Town. A 2-item recipe that only has this one combination. Let us give Tayce a Strange Leaf, along with a dried fruit, something that you can find out in the dry desert that those Pokies will drop. Using those 2 items, she will go ahead and whip up us something fabulous, being an amazing, super wonderful, extremely common fire flower. Yeah, you've seen these all over the place, but there you go. She can actually throw them together and make something out of it. Using that fire flower you just got from the last recipe, which I don't know why I ended up going to buy one anyway, you can take that along with our trusty cake mix. You're going to need to do a lot of running back and forth in the Shy Guys toy box if you want to get all the recipes, and combine them together to make something really hot, per se. Another pop item. I want to see if she says. Did she say anything? No, just here you are. Not too bad. Alright, here we go. So we get our Fire Pop, another offensive item that will damage an enemy, I believe. Yeah, damages 1 HP. No, it actually damages Mario 1 HP, but recovers 20 FP. So you hurt yourself, but you recover 20 FP. Recipe 13 is a fried egg. It requires an egg, and you get 10 HP. That is it. That is simple, that is to the point, and it doesn't require any other combination in order to make it. You're just going to hand her off the egg, and she's going to go ahead and do what she's got to do with it. What do the eggs do? The eggs initially still give you 5 HP, and after she fries it, it doubles to 10. So I guess it's not a bad upgrade. You just got to remember to grab your eggs from Mountain Rugged or the Jade Jungle, bring them to her, and combine them together with anything else you have for better results. Recipe 14 has 2 different items that you can give her, but only like as is. You don't need to combine anything. You can either give her the regular mushroom or the super shroom for this. I just happen to have a super shroom on me right now, so I'm going to give that to her, but I would highly advise you giving her a regular mushroom and letting her cook with just that, because she creates the fried shroom. Restores 6 HP and 2 FP. I mean, considering that the regular mushroom only does 5 HP, it's like an upgrade from that. But the super shroom does 10 HP, so now you get less HP and a little bit of FP. Kind of a back and forth thing that you could probably use, but there you go. Some fried shroom action depending on which one you give her. Alright, recipe 15, another one that has pretty much a real-world counterpart to it. Let us take another fire flower that I apparently have been collecting as I've been going through this, and we will also hand her off an iced potato. This is what you get in the Shiver region after you spend a night at the Toad House. It's on the little desk next to you. She will go ahead and create for us the Frozen Fries. Restores 15 HP for Mario. This is the only combination that you can do in order to create this, and it's pretty cool, man. So let's get it. Not too bad. Very good. And shebang! Looks exactly like French fries you get at McDonald's, even with the little red bag on it, or carrying case. Recipe number 16 actually uses a different Tayce tea recipe that I'm going to show you guys how to make a little bit later. But if you happen to have one, I would definitely suggest mixing it with one of these other 3 ingredients in order to create a pretty decent item. You're going to first and foremost need a special shake. This is used by giving her the melon, but I'll show you that once I get down to the S's. I'll also tell you how to get that and all the other fun stuff. But combining the special shake with either a stinky herb, a strange herb, or even a dried shroom will yield you the healthy juice. This will recover 40 FP to Mario. So if you need a nice large FP recovery item, you can mix these together and you'll have it right there ready to go. I mean, it's easy to get the stinky herb, the strange leaf, and the dried shroom. The special shake, it's a little bit more difficult to come around. Recipe 17, the honey candy. Recovers 20 FP for Mario. Apparently, Tasty is pretty good at, candy crafting as well. So, why don't we go ahead and hand her the first thing in the list, in the name of honey candy, the honey syrup. And then we want to hand her cake mix, because that's exactly what's used to make candy, right? I don't know how to do these things. But she's going to be whipping us together some cake honey combinations, and we'll get ourselves a nice little fancily wrapped piece of candy. Which I don't know where she got the wrapping for this, but hey, I'll take it. The next 3 recipes are all a combination of the honey syrup and one of each of the shrooms Mario collects throughout his journey. So, for example, the first one's going to be honey syrup plus a regular mushroom. This will get you a honey shroom, and all she's going to do is dip it into the honey and hand it back to us. This isn't a bad combination early in the game-ish, because it does combine both of their specialties. So you have the 5 HP recovering mushroom and the 5 FP recovering honey. Moving on from there, we can then grab another honey syrup and the next level of mushroom, which is a super shroom. This, of course, combines together to make a honey super. Can you guess what its abilities are? Oh, you guessed it. The 10 HP recovery from the super shroom and the 5 FP recovery from the honey syrup. Again, not so bad if you find yourself needing more HP than FP. It's a pretty decent balance there. Lastly, from these 3 is the dumbest combination I could possibly ever think of, because you never want to waste your Ultra Shrooms, but let us hand off the honey syrup along with the Ultra Shroom in order to make a Honey Ultra. Yes, this will recover you 50 HP and 5, you counted it, 5 whole FP. I don't know why you would ever make this type of combination, but it's possible in the game because all the other ones exist. Recipe 21 is the hot shroom and uses a bunch of different mushroom combinations in order to make, as you can see. It will recover 15 HP and 5 FP. You can use your dry shroom plus a super shroom, normal shroom plus a super shroom, dried shroom plus a volt shroom, normal shroom plus a volt shroom, super shroom plus a volt shroom, mushroom plus a fire flower for no reason, life shroom, don't ever use that, or what it is that I'm going to be giving Tayce right here, a volt shroom by itself. It's just easier that way to give that to her, because you can go and buy these from the guy in the next part over in Toad Town. Come on over and boom, there you go. A pretty decent item that recovers 15 HP and 5 FP. Pretty good for the first half of the game, not so much for the second half. So in late game, the honey syrup is probably one of the most useless items in your inventory because it heals so little. Why don't we switch gears and use with one of the most valuable items in your inventory, the jam and jelly. These next few items are all requiring the jam and jelly, which is hard to find in the field or if you get lucky with the pig minigame and whatnot. First one, recipe 22, the jelly pop requires a jam and jelly and a cake mix, and will recover, well, you know what, let me make it first, this way you guys can see exactly what it does. So let us go ahead and give the jam and jelly, I'm glad I'm not saving this, because that kind of hurts to give away something like that, and the cake mix. Tayce will take both of those, go on over to her stove, and whip up something very interesting. And here she comes, and it gives us the jelly pop. That recovers 64 FP, very close to the absolute max Mario can have. You can have 65 with all the additions that you can have on him with the FP badges, so it does one less full heal. But it makes sense, it's Mario 64, right? And it kind of looks like a peppermint swirl. 'Tis the season. Again, like the honey syrups, the jellies are able to combine with one of each type of shroom. Yes, the maples do the same thing, but I'm doing this in alphabetical order, so J comes before M. First things first, let us take a jam and jelly, and this hurts my soul to do this. Combine it with a mushroom. Oh, man. I think this is a horrible, horrible combination, but if it works, I guess. You get both effects from each item, so you're able to recover 5 whole HP and 50 FP. 5 HP more useless than the last one, of course, is the jelly super. Remember, the jams go before it all. So there's your jam and jelly. Here's your super shroom, and of course what she's going to do is just walk on over and dip and hand back, giving us something that recovers 10 HP and 50 whole FP. Woo! Wonderful! That's just glorious. Ugh. Recipe 25 on my list of what I'm showing you guys is by far the single most useful item in the entire game. You will save all of your Ultra Shrooms for this. You will save all of your Jam and Jellies for this. Because, of course, just like all the other ones, they will combine together and give, the healing that is supposed to be for both. So you are going to be getting a Jelly Ultra, an item that recovers 50 HP along with 50 FP. Make sure you have these two together when you use it, because it is a crazy full heal for Mario at the end of the game. Oh, it's such a beautiful thing. Recipe 26 is actually something you put together if you did the Koopa Coot side quest over in Koopa Village, and that would be the Kooky Cookie. Recovers 15 FP, makes Mario electrified, invisible, or sleep. So it's very kind of random about what it does. So it's not a bad item to have if you like chances and whatnot. And there's a few different combinations that you can use in order to get it. I'm going to give Tayce the cake mix and the maple syrup in order to make it. But you also could use the cake mix plus a stinky herb or the cake mix plus a Koopa leaf. Any one of these combinations will give you the Kooky Cookie, which more looks like a donut in my opinion, but hey, that's just me, and gives you the added benefits of 15 FP recovery and one of those 3 things happening. I mean, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right?